Another special triangle that we end up seeing pretty extensively is a 30-60-90 triangle. You can see we call it a 30-60-90 because those are the three angles, a 30 degree, a 60 degree, and a 90 degree angle. And when we're talking about a 30-60-90 triangle, well, if this side is the length of 1, the hypotenuse ends up being a length of 2, and the other leg ends up being a length of the square root of 3. Or, just in general, you can say if this is an x, this would be 2x, and this would be square root of 3 times x. So it's nice, it's useful to be able to do something like that for rescaling purposes. Alright, so if we have that A has a measure of 60 degrees, this angle right here is a 60 degree angle, and that means this one would have to be a 30 degree angle, because this one was a 90, and they have to sum up to 180 degrees. We know that B, lowercase b, is 8 feet. This distance right here is 8 feet. We're trying to find the remaining, the measures of the remaining angles and sides. Well, I already found the remaining angle here, the 30. We were given the 90. But I need to find what lowercase c and lowercase a are. So let's see. If I know B, just using my example up here, this corresponds, you can see this is the side that's opposite the 30 degree angle. This is again the side that's opposite the 30 degree angle. So in my triangle up here, this would be x. X would be 8. So that means this one would have to be 2 times x, which is 16. 2 times 8 is 16. And this one down here would have to be 8 square root of 3 times 8, which is 8 times the square root of 3, which is 13.86. Yeah, approximately. Feet, and feet. Alright, so that's if we were given x directly. In this example, we're saying, again, A is 60, which makes this a 30 degree angle again. And in this case, we're given lowercase a to be 32. So we're given the angle that's opposite the 60 degree angle, or we're given the side that's opposite the 60 degree angle. And you can see the 60 degree angle is here. The side that's opposite that is the square root of 3 times x. So I would say here 32 is the square root of 3 times x. And generally I like to write the x before the square root of 3 to make sure it doesn't look like, you know, this would be something different, the square root of 3x. That's not what I'm wanting to achieve. This would be the square root of 3 times x, but sometimes this thing looks like it extends over, so it's often easier just to rearrange them and say x times the square root of 3 instead of square root of 3 times x. In any case, we have all three angles. We still need to find the remaining two sides, though, of this triangle. But fortunately, we know that this would be x and this would be 2x if only we could find x. Well, this right here can tell us what x is. 32 equals x times the square root of 3. If I want to find what x is, that means I have to divide both sides by the square root of 3. So this gives me x is equal to, approximately, it says round to the nearest tenth, 32 divided by the square root of 3 is 18.5. That would be this side, 18.5. What is this? Yards. And this side over here, I'm going to take this number times 2, because it should be 2x. You'll notice I'm not using the rounded version of this number. I'm using the unrounded, because I don't want to round before the end of a problem. Although it turns out it doesn't matter anyway. This still ends up being 37.0. This 9 ends up being rounding up, so we would get 37.0 yards here.